Yes, indeed. We got some goodies for you here. Butch On Sports is here on a Saturday night. I know you don't believe it, but try to digest that with me here. Yes. Butch On Sports is here. And I'm glad to be here and I'll give you some sport news that you definitely can't get enough of. You definitely can't. Uh, Thrilling Saturday today. In and out here with some inclement weather. Hopefully everyone is safe and sound, of course, here. We got football to talk about practically all show long, but we got some other things too, like Conor McGregor going in the ring tonight for his particular match. Yes, the return of Conor McGregor. And you got pay-per-view, and as we do this show right now, around about 10:14 of the hour of Saturday, almost coming to that witching hour at 12 o'clock and be Sunday there. But we won't worry about that right now. We'll get to our goals and keep some sports news you can't get enough of. Right now, as I'm looking at one of the monitors, I'm looking at several monitors today because I was watching the Super Showdown or whatever it may be here and seeing the replay of the Triple H Triple H match with The Undertaker there during this broadcast here. So, and I'll give you some results of that particular one as well here. But right now, the New York Yankees is leading the Boston Red Sox by a score of 3-2. They are in the fourth inning, the top of the fourth. And we get any ongoing news available. We'll make sure we give that to you. Indeed. However, this afternoon, Houston Marvin Gonzalez delivered a two-run double in the sixth, and he added some insurance when the team did that, by the way, by Alex Berkman hitting a solo home run in the seventh. Jared Cole only gave up 3 hits and 1 run in his stay on the mound. And the rest is history, boys and girls. Houston wins the game by a final score of 3-1. 3-1 there for Houston. They lead that particular series 2-0 or 2-0. They will be going to Cleveland and having some fun there. And hey, it's not all that bad. Not all that bad indeed. And again, the Yankees and Red Sox are playing right now. 3-1 is the score. The Yankees are leading in the top of the fourth. So, I told you about the Super Showdown in Melbourne, Australia today, and I took a look at that there early this morning and kind of wrecked my day, but, you know, it was a day off. What the heck? For some of us. And I'm going to give you some results of that particular there. So I watched all the matches, indeed. Here are the results here. AJ Styles defeats Samoa Joe. That was the best match to me of all the matches, indeed, there. The Undertaker, or Triple H, defeated The Undertaker in that specific match there. So some people are surprised, but that also was a pretty good match. Didn't beat the one that I just mentioned, AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. That was a good one. Daniel Bryan got a quickie on The Miz, and he defeats The Miz in his particular match. Daniel Bryan will now get an opportunity to take on AJ Styles. The SmackDown Tag Team Championship, The New Day led off the show, and they defeated The Bar. Ronda Rousey and the Bella Twins defeated the Riot Squad. Charlotte Flair defeated WWE's Women's Champion on SmackDown, Becky Lynn, in a DQ disqualification after that was a kind of a melee. The Iconics were from Australia, kind of, go along with the program indeed, but, that was, to me, one of the dollar matches there. They defeated Naomi and Asuka, which, to me, the Icons are from Australia, and you get the message here. You get the message indeed. And I talked about Daniel Bryan, okay, already defeated him. Buddy Murphy, another one from Australia, he defeated Cedric Alexander in the new Cruiserweight Championship there. Bobby Lashley and John Cena defeat Kevin Owens and Elias. That was a pretty good one indeed. The Shields match was a down-home slobber knocker as well. They defeated Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, and Braun Strowman. A lot of going through the wrenches on that one. That, wasn't bad at all. Wasn't bad indeed. I rate the Super Showdown a B. A B. Just a B. No minus, no plus, a B. Pretty good. Hey. It wasn't really a dull thing, but, when you kind of slight the homecomers to get, a pass. In the Iconics match, that was just totally a pass to me. I'm just saying. Just saying. The Pistons, Coach Dwayne Casey, he decided to sit out Reggie Jackson again for the second straight game, and also Blake Griffin. And he started Bruce Brown. Received a nod in that particular game. Dwayne Casey is observing a lot of young kids right now there. And which is good because you get to know what they can do, what they can do, what they can't do, and what you need to do to get them better. Of course, the Pistons lose the game by 117-91 over the Spurs. Spurs are 2-1. Pistons 1-1. Andre Drummond, high score, 18 points, grabbed 10 rebounds for the Pistons, but really wasn't a significant game indeed. Because didn't count. I'm just sorry, boys and girls, I had to do that. Okay. John Watson threw a touchdown pass. He ran for another, and Jaden Reed recovered an onside kick with 20 seconds remaining in the game, and Western Michigan won its fourth straight game by a score of 27-24 over Eastern Michigan on Saturday. Watson had his season end with a knee injury last year when the Broncos beat the Eagles 20-17 in the overtime game last year. However, he got a vengeance in a big way and did a whole heck of a lot of stuff there for, again, Eastern Michigan to lose to Western Michigan. Western Michigan is on a hot streak now. Again, 4 in a row for Western Michigan. Northwestern came into the East Lansing on homecoming day and screwed up Michigan State's homecoming considerably there. I'm just saying. It was pitiful indeed. The Wildcats, in their 2 of the 3 previous starts, had double-digit leads just blown away. Michigan was one of those particular teams. Akron was another one that had an 18-point lead, and they all came back and just beat the crap out of Northwestern. They wasn't having it this afternoon. Northwestern got a lead. They stayed on it. They jumped on it, and they kept it. They hung on in there to win by a final score of 29-19. And East Lansing beating, yes, Michigan State. Their homecoming is smash. They're partying tonight, having some goodies and, some snacks and stuff, and saying, what happened? Meanwhile, at the Big House, they had a delay of 70 minutes before their game got started today. I was riding my car, paying bills early this morning, going to the bank and all there, taking care of business. When I hear over the radio that the game was going to be delayed and thunderstorms were coming in and rolling out and coming in and rolling out, and the suspension of the starting time, they didn't even give a limit on that until things got a little brighter there, around about 11:30, and that's when they kind of cleared everything up and started the residual, again, 70-minute delay in the start of the game, which normally would have started at 12 o'clock. But they got the show going on. Maryland came out there, jamming on there with a kickoff return of 90-something yards. Maryland got a nice little, significant little lead. However, the University of Michigan, on their homecoming day, wasn't having it. And they showed Maryland Terrapins, who have a pretty good record now. They're 3-2, 1-1 in the Big Ten, but they beat them up bad, 42-21. Uh, the Terps only got 11 first down and racked up 107 yards in penalties in this particular game there. That was Dunham in, plus just Michigan. I think veteran savvy there, being able to hold on and hold out was the big difference in this particular game. Indeed, where college football is a lot happier. Starting, I guess, this week, they will start the clock ticking for the playoffs. Which, again, I go on record saying the playoffs is crap. Because all you got is 4 teams, and that just doesn't give an ump of some teams that basically deserve to be part of a playoff scenario, but does not get in it. It's always narrowed down to the Southeast, which, you can't argue. The Southeast do have some great teams down there. Clemson, Alabama, the list goes on and on and on and on. Hey, you can't argue that. Can't argue that worth a snuff. But there's some other teams around the country, and then some in down south, who doesn't get the notoriety that they should be getting because of the leagues they play in or the competition they acquire to play. Alabama is not a spring chicken. However, some of the teams they play there, it's totally ridiculous. I would love to see Alabama play somebody like Michigan or Michigan State, or maybe even go as far as playing somebody like Central Michigan or Western Michigan or something, a team with some bite or something that would, if Alabama won the game, they would at least receive the whaps on their bat, because those teams up north and up here, they do love to punish people, okay? If they don't win the game, they will punish you. But again, then that's another thing saying we'll stay on top of it. We'll laugh at the particular twits and twacks that they give every single week of who should be number one or who should be in the playoffs. But until they expand it a great deal, yours truly is not going to get involved in that there. Seattle Seahawks safety Earl Thomas. If you can remember last week, he broke his leg here. He's going to lose a lot more money after breaking his leg last week's game against the Arizona Cardinals. He's going to also lose some more money when it happened after the injury. Though, here's the deal here. When he was riding in the car around the NFL, he showed his displeasure by flipping the bird. If you don't know what flipping the bird is, look at your middle finger and put down all the others, and that is flipping the bird. And on the sideline, he did that, and his team were gesturing that. He was fined $13,000 and some change by the NFL, according to the Seattle Times. Thomas also received a fine last week for taunting and taking a bow during the Cowboy sideline after he had the interception here. So Thomas just got whipped 3 times in one. He breaks his leg, he gets fined for flipping the bird, and also taunting before all this happens. He gets fined for that as well. Earl Thomas, your player of the week, boys and girls. Yeah, let's hear for it, Earl Thomas. Why are we talking about Earl Thomas, or you kind of contemplate on Earl Thomas and some of the antics he do, because he'll be out the rest of the season? How about let's go on over some of these games that's going to be poster children for Sunday and Monday here. If you didn't see the game on Wednesday, or Thursday, I should say, the Patriots beat the Colts 38-24. That was the final score in that. Now here's Sunday's games, boys and girls. The Titans at the Buffalo Bills. I'm just whispering and thinking. I think Buffalo's going to win that game. Titans are a good team. And Mariota from Oregon, I got to go along with him. But you know what? Buffalo might sneak one past the Titans there, as the Titans win a game last week in the last seconds of the game. But I think Buffalo, with that crowd in Buffalo, might be doing some things here. So I'm going to pick Buffalo in this particular one there. I could be wrong. If it is, so what? The Falcons and the Steelers. The Falcons are in trouble. They got to be winning some games. The Steelers are also in some trouble. They're not winning any games. They don't have no talent there. I'm going to pick the Steelers to win. in a narrow game, and it might be funky, but that's okay. Broncos at the Jets, okay? The Broncos and the Jets are going to be playing. I'm going to pick the Broncos over the Jets in a close game, of course. Jaguars and the Chiefs. This is the featured game to me in the NFL because you got Mahorn and you got the Jaguars defense. Ooh, Chiefs are at home, so I'm going to pick the Chiefs. The Packers at the Lions. Lions need to win this game in order to show some supremacy or that they belong in the North Division and going to be in the conversation because every single year in the past three, it's always go down to the final game or something of that nature where the Lions either get scalped or they scalp themselves. We're going to look at the Packers and the Lions. The Lions are at home. Hopefully they do a better job at what they did at the Cowboys. The Lions will pick the Lions to win. The Ravens and the Browns. The Browns are not no joke this year. They got some talented young kids out there who are going to go through beyond the call of duty. I'm going to pick the Browns to upset the Ravens. I don't know how, but I'm going to pick the Browns. The Giants at the Panthers there. That's going to be a pretty good, thrilling game as well, but I'm going to pick the Panthers in that one. Dolphins at the Bengals. The Bengals and the Dolphins have pretty good doggone records indeed. Bengals are at home. The Dolphins are going to be hungry because they got their rear end whipped in and shoved to them. I'm going to pick the Bengals in this particular one. The 4:05 game, Raiders at the Chargers. That's going to be a slobber knocker indeed. I think the Raiders are getting their second win. I'm going to pick the Raiders to upset the Chargers in this particular game. The Cardinals at the 49ers. You can pick them in this one here. No one's going to care. No one's going to make a difference. But I'll pick the Cardinals over the 49ers. The Vikings at the Eagles. That's a mainstay game as well. I'm going to pick the Eagles over the Vikings, although that's going to be a closer game than expected there unless someone just shows out. The Rams at the Seahawks. Seahawks need a win and bad. The Rams are a doggone good team, and they have showed it to everyone who has watched them. I'm going to pick the Seahawks to upset the Rams. The Cowboys at the Houston Texans, boys and girls. The in-state rivalries, I love them dearly. This is an 8:20 game. It's on national TV. I'm going to pick the Texans over the Cowboys because I can. And they're at home. Monday, the 8:15 game, the Redskins at the Saints. 200 more yards and a little bit of change will make Drew Brees the all-time passing quarterback in NFL history here. And I think he will get that and then some. However, the Redskins are a physical team. They're I don't give a care team. I'm going to pick the Saints in this one. A narrow one indeed. But they're going to win. The Saints. And then they'll stop the game and give Drew Brees a football and stuff there and cheer him on. And hopefully he don't mess up after that. Or the team get jealous of him, don't put out an effort. Worse things can happen, boys and girls, can they? Can they not? Okay. Now, I did promise you that yesterday, or this morning, I should say, when we did our show Butch On Sports this morning, early this morning, that we will go through some high school supremacies because there are many teams in the state of Michigan that have won 6 games and will be playing 9 games this year, and that is a automatic, I am in the playoffs, and so what? So they can rest some players, get some players together, and do some things, and have fun. Unless they're worrying about their seeding, which is important to many teams, because the more you win, the better chances you get a home game for the first 3 rounds. In this particular case there, all the teams have not played. And I forgot to, look at the area where Saturday is a lot of the Catholic School League games and some independent games. So I felt it would be better for me to bring those stats to the table on Tuesday. Tuesday's Butch On Sports we'll name a lot of those teams that are already in the playoffs and congratulate them there. And also some of the teams that are going to be close to getting into playoffs. Remember, there's a certain logic in the play of 256 teams getting into the playoffs between all the divisions, which are 8 of them. And when they can fill them all by the 6 victories, the teams that maybe have maybe 8 games and 5 victories will be given consideration upmost there. And then again, you don't get that, then they'll look at the most victories and the roughness and the toughness of their schedule, points being scored, or the difficulty of the schedule in order to fill the rest. And so it might be less. Who knows? But I'll be looking at that specifically on Tuesday. We'll spend a little time with that particular subject there in high school sports. That's going to be the feature on Tuesday's Butch On Sports. And maybe on Monday, if you listen to the game, and maybe at 6:40, 6:45, yours truly be on the game, and we might sneak some congratulations to the table then. I know Scott Nason, who's going to do one heck of a job in the Upper Peninsula, eastern side of the town, or eastern side of the state there, is going to give it all to you, including Dave McKay, who comes out of Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, give you some hockey, give you some football, give you some local views, some local stars, and all the other stuff there. The game, 6 o'clock on 95.1 The Eagle, WUPN. Indeed, yours truly again is on this show for about at 6:40, 6:45. And then we do our roundtable that is online for an hour. Maybe last week we went a little bit over, but who cares? We have fun. Enjoy it. It won't be on the radio per se. It'll be on the online version there, and you can take a listen to that anytime by going to the game show, Scott Nation the Game, and also at popbean.com to get those particulars. And hey, just ride with me, boys and girls. Ride with me, please, here. As we get ready to go off the air. Hey, I don't make it bad for anybody. I just tell you. You listen to Butch On Sports, by the way, always on Facebook. Go to Butch On Sports' page on Facebook and take a whiff. Or you can go to Podomatic.com. Type in SIMPLYBUTCHTOO.Podomatic.com. You can also go to the game show, and there are a lot of my doggone shows on that particular site as well. Okay? Yes, you can. You can do this. You can do this, boys and girls. And also, you can go to iTunes, of course, and get that as well. We're done for this week. I enjoyed this particular tremendously. I'm going to go back and watch Triple H and The Undertaker cheat, lie, and steal, and win their match and whatever it may be, and enjoy the rest of my Saturday there. And I want you to do likewise. Be safe, be love one another there. The Lions are going to be playing tomorrow at Ford Field. You'll get a whiff of that, and a whole lot more worth of sports, especially football there. Hey, have a great weekend. Butch On Sports is a presentation of Oh My Darling Productions.